Welcome back to yet another day with me playing Minecraft Survival on DocM77's Patreon server. Damn, that's a mouthful to say. So yeah, if you remember, I dug out this area the last episode and added the item filter and shulker storage packer. But yeah, I haven't loaded it with shulkers yet. And then I went on, well, in between episodes, I went on and dug out this area. I also added the waterways, and it's quite a long way. But yeah, I found, so here is directly above one of the input areas into the chests. So I need to align all these others into that and also dig out an area. I was wondering if I wanted to make a staircase all the way up, but no, I'd rather leave an empty area, sort of like this big, so I can fly up and down instead. That would be, yeah, I like that more. I like flying more than going on stairs. Yeah, let me do that and continue, and I'll see you when it's finished. It's finished. So I added all the water elevators, and I also have hoppers here to suck out the item. Just a regular hopper. The exception is this place over here, because I had so much redstone I couldn't really take up a water elevator up here. Actually, I probably could, now that I'm looking at it. I could probably fit a water elevator here and then just go there. Or no, I can't. Maybe from this side. No, I probably couldn't there either. Maybe I could. But yeah, let's try it out, and let's try it out with, let's just send some iron and see which one connects to which, so I know what to filter in what. Maybe I didn't need to go in this direction, or could go above ground. But yeah, so this one is 1, so let's just plop down. Oh yeah, you do like this. Okay, that one is 1. Then we have here 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so first one should be here. Here is 4, and then the other one is here. That's 5. This one is 1. Then it's the bottom one. This one is 2. Okay, and then we have 1 over here. This one is also 2. 2, which one are we missing? We have 1, we have 2, we have 5, and we have 4. So we're missing 3. So what if I send another one from this? Oh, I see. I forgot to add that block above, so 3. So let's see, this one is 2. So which one was it? This one is 3. Okay, so now I know which one is which, so I'll just hook up the system and insert all the shulker boxes, and then it's ready to go. So yeah, I'll do that now, and I'll see what we'll do afterwards. I decided to keep working on the concrete maker. Okay, I'm back here, and as you can see, it's entirely empty. So I just moved out everything, and I'm actually wondering if instead of having it upstairs or the converter up there, maybe I want to have it over here somewhere. So you don't have to go up and then down. That would mean that the blocks would have to travel around 25 blocks more. I think I'll do that. I also made this, so before there was a synth and community mode, so I'm going to improve that, and because I'm in the future I'll have some more farms, so instead of flicking a lever here, you will be able to push a button that will toggle the community or synth mode. It wouldn't work with a lever to have one lever here and one in the tree farm, because then you would have to go and switch off levers at both sides. So I instead made it as a toggleable. That means I need to have an input system or input line, and then output also to display which one is currently active, so that if, for example, you press the button in the tree farm, you can still see here in the concrete maker that it's actually the community mode that's on. So this is the input line that switches this. This is the output line that displays, and this is safety stop feature of the farm. Basically, it means that since this piston is the problem, I actually found, so I added Lightmatica, and I found one block that I had misplaced and one redstone torch, but weirdly enough, it functioned back then, and the same error still occurs now. So what usually happens is that the input gets too fast over here. So I mentioned previously that this locks up, but actually it goes back and forth. So it just goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This means that no blocks are actually pushed down, and well, they should be pushed down, but they aren't. So that's the problem. They should be pushed down at the same time, but they aren't, because I think it's full, so they can't push down anymore. When it goes back and forth all the time, this counter here, just goes down to zero, and this is what launches the TNT. Whenever one of these get down to zero, it launches the TNT. So that means that TNT launches, and basically destroys the machine, because there's nothing to explode here except pistons. So a few pistons usually gets broken by that. So I've tried to see if there's anything else I've misplaced here, but I can't really find anything. So I'm not sure if it's a server issue or if it's spigot issue. So instead I'm installing this safety feature. So basically when TNT launches, I will then stop the entire machine, or not this machine, but the input for the concrete maker, the tree farm will stop, and so forth. And when the TNT has exploded, it will resume the input. So I might build up this machine in the creative spigot server world, just to see if it works over there, and see if if there's something I've done wrong over here, because I'm pretty sure I've done something wrong, but I can't find it at all. And the Lightmatica doesn't show anything really. But yeah, this that will be the yellow line over here. So when this is active, everything stops. And now it's basically just to rebuild the concrete maker and create these lines over here. So that's what I'll do now. So see you soon. Concrete maker is now fully functional and operational. I've tried it out a few times and it works great. Now, I can't really, this shouldn't be here. And neither should this. There should be a better place for this chest. Maybe I'll... I wonder where I should put this. Well, I was going to say I'll take that for another time. But I need something from the shop, the end chest. So maybe... yeah, that will do. Okay, so what do I need? I need some white concrete. Just a few blocks. So usually you place the powder here, but since I don't have any powder, I'll just show with regular concrete. So behind this block is a water block, so whenever the powder gets pushed up, it gets concretified directly. Then you place your shulker boxes over here and on this side, both equally, so it's just like the old design I had, but yeah, this one is a lot better. I also encased the redstone in glass, so you can actually see some of the redstone, although yeah, not really the magic of the concrete maker, because that's in here and in the other building actually. So yeah, but you plus this up and just start to put in blocks, and it gets shot out all the way to the blast chamber. And for every block you place, this dropper also spits out one. So that's this redstone line here, which takes the output from the smart piston over there that pushes the concrete block further up before it gets pushed to the left here. So whenever that fires, this dropper also fires. So before I used to have a clock that would spit out a new block every now and then, but the problem with that was that it usually gets out of sync, and I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier, because yeah, this is kind of smart. Whenever you place a block, another one pops out. So yeah, but that only works if you place shulker boxes on both sides. Otherwise you won't get the input won't be enough for the dropper to shoot out new items. And I also added, so yeah, when the TNT is about to explode, this stops, and that's a safety feature. As I mentioned before, something weird is happening with the blast chamber. So I also added, now I don't really have any, well, I can do it like this. So when it stops, it now has some note blocks, and that's really thanks to Thomas, which suggested when he broke the previous system, he mentioned that there should really be some note blocks playing, and That's a really good idea. So I took that idea, and so thanks Thomas for that. And that's how it sounds when it's about to explode. Yeah, and I think that's it for this episode. And yeah, here's the, so to switch between the community and synth, you just push the button and the redstone goes to the boss chamber, and that looks really big when you come out. And then it takes the redstone back and sees which state the sorter is on. The next thing I want to work on is the dye shop. But to be able to make some dyes, I want to create a flower farm, or basically a two tall flower farm to make red, yellow, and pink. Yeah, to do that I need another floor on this, so I started building the walls, but I'm not entirely sure if I probably want to have some cyan terracotta here, and maybe indented like that. This works quite well as well, but you know what, maybe I should try to make it not going inwards but going outwards like this, because that is way too thin for my taste. Doesn't look that good, so either I would have to make it too high, 2 blocks high, or I'll try to make it so, create a rim outside of it instead, see how that looks. Okay, I built the rim around, so let's do a mumbo flyby. So let's fly out and turn. You know what? That does look better. But there's still something that's missing, I feel. But maybe that's because I haven't built the second story yet. Would almost want to have, but I don't have that on these buildings. Would want to have some things here. I'm not sure what they are called in English. I wonder if this will look good or not. Let's see. Let's just do that side. It frames it in, but it's way too much cyan terracotta, just as I expected. But I think I'll go with that. That also solves the issue with having... Now I don't have to have the next floor as high up. You know what? I probably don't want to have stairs because it's quite a high roof or ceiling. Yeah, the stairs would take up a lot of space here. I've also finished the windows, as you can see. I made it very simple. So yeah, instead I'll just fly. I don't think I'll go to this building like several floors at the same time. Probably just go to one floor, and then another time I might go to another floor. It looks okay with the windows. It looks sort of industrial with having big windows into the farm. And it's basically just here that I have cyan terracotta on the sides. I'm also thinking if... Yeah, I don't know how I should make the window for this section. Maybe I don't have a window. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But what's next is basically building up this wall and another roof and putting in some windows, and then I can add the flower farms. But it feels good that I didn't leave the house just like empty. So that's also why I'm building a roof on it, and the roof will just be simple like this. So I'll have it one high and then a roof. It's almost done, and I only have this window left, and I wanted to show you. So glass panes and like iron bars have always been such a pain for me to place down, especially like these large windows. But I noticed like very simple technique. So for everyone above here, so I just place the one, and then I just hold right click and then go to the right. And sometimes I get out of alignment, but usually I can just do like that and continue for the whole row. So I did all these windows like that. And then for the last two rows, I just go shift click. Sometimes I even run backwards, but then it tends to not work. And for the last, I just aim at this bottom row and just run. And sometimes I miss and I have to go back, but I just bam click the window. And yeah, that wasn't actually such a bad thing to place these blocks. Otherwise, that's usually what I dislike the most when building my builds, is placing glass panes. So I'm glad I found that solution, and I wanted to share it with you if you also have problems placing glass panes. So let's see how it looks. Yeah, I think it looks kind of nice. So my aim is to make it look more like industrial building, but also skyscraper. So I want the design to be similar on all sides and just continue all the way up. So that should be fairly easy. So let me just design the farms. The flower farm is finished. So I've just set up and I tried it out. And it's crazy fast. crazy fast. So it even has a shulker unloader. So I think I put in first I put in everything manually, because otherwise it would take like several hours before it has unloaded all the shulker boxes. I think there are, let's see, it should be 22 shulker boxes, and I added some more bone meal as well. So probably, quite a lot of worth. It hasn't come all the way yet because it's so slow. But yeah, it unloads the shulker box and puts the bone meal over here. Then when the shulker box gets broken, it gets pushed back into here, because we unpower this red dot for a short while so that this hopper can suck out the shulker box. And this was a bit tricky to make it work. I wanted to make it kind of pretty, and I wanted to have these around, like I didn't want to have spaces between all the flowers. So that was a bit tricky to be able to power both dispenser, both above and below, but I got it to work. So basically there's a Fort game tick clock over here, which gets turned on by this lever, and once it does that, the these, well, these activates these blocks, which activate these dispensers, and also I had to drag a redstone line over here and put redstone on top of the hoppers. Otherwise I couldn't make it work. Yeah, the bone wheel will stop for some time, but it doesn't really matter because you don't have to put on this farm for a long time. So it doesn't really matter if the hoppers are locked or not. And one thing that I found quite fascinating was that at first I had blocks above these above the dispensers, but then only this dispenser would push out items. I tried with items first, just to see if they would put out any items. So yeah, that I found that very weird. Why wouldn't? But maybe it's because it's above and they need to be powered like from the side. Anyhow, if I remove the block, because I know I had seen that in an Ilmango video, for the shelter loader, you power a piston from, just like this. I think it's called butt powering. I'm not entirely sure. So, shall we try it out? So let's see. Let's try these ones out. At first, I had the sunflower over here and the red one all over there. But then I remembered, oh yeah, I need to make some orange as well. And that would be a lot easier if these two are beside each other. Otherwise, I really like that the sunflower was over there. Loud sound incoming. And as you can see, it's quite fast. It's actually slower than I remembered, but maybe that's because I turned on all of these. So yeah, you pick it up manually, then you craft them into magenta dye, and basically you can't really keep up, so I better stop these before the items lags out the server. And I better stop this one as well. So yeah, there you have it. The flower farm is now ready. You know what? When I was getting enough dye for 4 shelter boxes of each, I noticed that the bone meal was starting to get low. And well, that's because I had the redstone go over the hopper, but you can't go down from a block from a hopper to here, just up. So I think it's just up at least. So these upper dispensers never worked, but I've fixed it now, as you can see, and now it's almost just the upper dispensers, but that means that this farm is now twice as fast, which is even more ridiculous. Well, see you at the shop. It's very late at night, but I finished up the dye shop, and since it's a crypt, I thought, well, why not call it the Undead Dyes shop. So this is how it looks inside, and as I think I mentioned, I don't have any dyes for brown, so coming soon. Purple also coming soon. Light blue coming soon. Cyan coming soon, and light green coming soon as well. So yeah, but it's open, and yeah, I think it's been open for quite a while. I should remove this for quite some while when you actually see this video. So probably around 1 or 2 weeks ago it opened. But now you know on YouTube as well. I think that's it. I really need to go to bed now. So thanks for watching and see you again next time. Bye.